Hello, welcome to Old Nerd Buys 4Ks and Blu-rays. I shopped a eBay seller who sells brand new Blu-rays, brand new 4K Blu-rays. He had a big sale going on, and there was a bunch in here that I wanted and a bunch in here that I wanted to try. So I threw them all in my shopping cart, got a big fat discount, and these just arrived. Now, I've already unsealed the box. We don't want to show any sharp, scary knives on here. So I've already unsealed the box. Let's see what's inside. First up, brand new Lost in Space 4K Blu-ray. I haven't seen this movie since it came out. When was that? In the late 90s, early 2000s? It's been a while. But I remember enjoying it. But I don't really remember much about it other than it had Matt LeBlanc from Friends. It was kind of his attempt at becoming like an action movie star, changing his what do you call it? Stereotyping as like Joey from Friends. He was kind of a serious action star in this movie, and I seem to remember him doing pretty well. But I can't wait to rewatch this and see. And I bet you it's going to look good because of the time that it was made. Like I said, the late 90s, early 2000s. What does it say? 1999, I think. So, movies were looking really good at that point, and those movies from that time have a really good. When you upscale it to 4K, clean it up for Blu-ray disc, and upscale it to 4K, they have a tendency to look really good. So I'm excited to watch that one. Next, Deep Star 6. Uh-oh. I hope that just means the tray's loose and not a disc is loose in there. That sucks. But anyway, this movie came out at the same time as two other movies. All of them came out around the same time. They're all kind of the same idea. There was Deep Star 6, there was Leviathan, and there was The Abyss. The Abyss was James Cameron of Terminator fame, Avatar fame. Leviathan, I can't remember who did that one. I got that one recently and rewatched that for the first time in a long time. This one I remember being quite good as well. This one is directed by Sean Cunningham, who gave us the first couple Friday the 13th movies. And I remember this being good. All three of these movies, Deep Star 6, Leviathan, The Abyss, they all have kind of that same story formula as the original Alien movie did. A mining crew trapped in this case underwater in their spaceship, but an underwater mining facility, laboratory, blah blah blah, and it's kind of the same formula, horror movie underwater, and it's been a long time since I've seen that, and I'm pretty excited to see this again. It's got a ton of good special features. This is a Kino Lorber release. They always do a good job with their special features, so I'm excited to see that again. It's been years since I've seen that one. Another one that it's been years since I've seen, The Blob, the remake. This one came out in when? 1985? 1988? 1988. I remember this being a really intense movie. I watched this way back when it finally came to like HBO or the movie channel way back in the 80s. And I really enjoyed it. And I've heard some people talking about this lately here on YouTube, discussing this movie. And I'm pretty excited to watch this one again. It's been a long time. Kind of forgot about it for decades, and then it resurfaced recently watching other movie reviewers, Blu-ray reviewers on here, and this is a Scream Factory release, so we've got a good helping of special features on here. So I'm excited to watch that one again. Next, Escape from New York. I pretty much every single John Carpenter movie that I own, I love. From They Live, The Prince of Darkness, and The Mouth of Madness. I love those movies. And Escape from New York, I've never really, I don't know that I've ever watched this from start to finish. I remember when this came out. I remember it was kind of a big deal. I was pretty young at the time because this came out in the really early 80s, 1981. So I would have only been like 7, 8 years old when this came out. But I remember this being kind of a big deal, being kind of infamous. Kids at school talking about it, just seeing it around TV Guide probably and other places in the supermarket and like the magazine section. Probably saw it on some covers there. But is this the beginning of Kurt Russell and John Carpenter's collaboration? I can't remember now. It probably is. But I'm excited to watch this again. Like I said, it has been a long time since I've seen any of this movie, and I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing from start to finish. But this is a 4K Blu-ray. It's also got a secondary Blu-ray disc with a bunch of extra bonus features, and a third disc with all kinds of extra features too. Now this is another Scream Factory release, so you know it's probably going to have all kinds of good, updated, newly made special features. Next, Darkman 4K. I have never seen Darkman. I am a huge Sam Raimi, Evil Dead, Bruce Campbell fan, but for some reason I have never watched Darkman. And people talk about how Sam Raimi, this was kind of like his entrance into the doorway of being able to make the Spider-Man movies, which are the best. I love those 3 Spider-Man movies that Sam Raimi made. And this was kind of, I guess this was kind of his resume for being able to make Spider-Man. At least that's what a lot of people say. I don't know. I haven't watched it, but it's a Sam Raimi movie, and I have never seen it, and shame on me for that. Again, another 4K. And a ton of special features. It's another Shout Factory, Scream Factory release. So all these movies, either I have never seen or seeing for the very first time. And speaking of seeing for the very first time, The Keep. I own this novel, but I've not read it. It's a series of novels by, what the heck's the author's name? Does it say in here? Probably does. Can't remember the author's name. I want to say Colin something Wilson. Something Wilson. Wilson is the last name of the author who wrote the novel that this is based on. It's like a trilogy, I believe. I think there's 2 other books other than The Keep. There's one I think called The Tomb, one called something else. But this was made by Michael Mann, who famous director for working on Miami Vice. He did Heat, big movie back in the 90s, big gangster movie. And apparently this movie it was like originally 3 hours long, and through studio meddling, it got like cut way down, like it's cut in half. So, and Michael Mann he's cut all ties with this movie. He's disavowed it, I believe, but I've always wanted to see it. A rarely known of gem horror movie that I've never seen before. Next, Sword and the Sorcerer 4K. This is one of my favorite sword and sandal fantasy movies from the 80s, along with Conan, the Beastmaster, and several others. But this is one of the really good ones with Lee Horsley. He had a TV show in the 80s. What the heck was it called? It was kind of along the lines of Magnum PI. But Lee Horsley was a big star in the 80s on TV, and then he got this movie, Sword and the Sorcerer, a fantasy movie. This has got some really good special effects, some good old-time physical effects, and makeup artistry. We've got yet another Scream Factory release. So we've got a whole bunch of extra stuff on here, a whole bunch of new stuff. So once again, Scream Factory does it. They make brand new bonus features for the movies that they release. Next, The Explorers. Never seen it. Never seen Explorers. A lot of people have been talking about this recently on YouTube, at least that I've, people that I subscribe to on YouTube that review movies and Blu-rays. A lot of people talk about this as like an early or very first film for what's his name? What is his name? Oh, River Phoenix is in it. Ethan Hawke. This is Ethan Hawke. This is like one of his very first movies. This was directed. Is this Joe Dante? Directed by Joe Dante, who did Gremlins, The Burbs, several really great '80s movies. This one's a favorite of the kids of that day. When did this come out? 1985. See, I would have been 11 years old when this came out, but I do not remember this coming out. I didn't know about this movie until just, not too many years ago, really. I didn't even know this movie existed. It's kind of like an E.T.-esque type movie, I guess. Never seen it. Looking forward to watching that one. Let's see. Last but not least, Slither. I've loved this movie since the first time I saw it. And a lot of it's because I'm a big Nathan Fillion fan. Nathan Fillion, I had just discovered Firefly, and wasn't too long after I discovered Firefly that I found out about this movie, and Nathan Fillion was in it, so I had to watch it because I was nuts about Nathan Fillion at the time. Just thought he was great as Captain Mal in Firefly. My buddy Jonesy, hopefully he's watching. I think I turned him on to this movie because we shared a common man crush on Nathan Fillion. But this is such a fun movie. This has got a lot of when was this made? 2006 this came out. This has a lot of great practical effects in it, and it's a gross movie. It's just a fun horror movie, fun gross out horror movie with great special effects, a great cast. Elizabeth Banks, Michael Booker, written and directed by James Gunn, who just did Superman, did Guardians of the Galaxy. This is a fun movie. I'm excited to watch this again. It's been at least 15 years since I've watched Slither. So that's it. We've got Explorers, which I've never seen, Slither, which I have, Sword and the Sorcerer, which I have seen, The Keep, which I haven't seen, Escape from New York, which I'm going to say I haven't seen because I've only seen bits and pieces of it, Darkman, never seen, The Blob, saw it years ago, haven't seen it in a long time, Deep Star 6, saw it years ago, haven't seen it in a long time, Lost in Space, saw it when it first came out years ago, hasn't seen it in a long time. So this is about half and half that haven't seen. Five of them I have seen, but only a little, and it's been a while. So I've got a lot of good stuff to watch here. This will take me a while, especially if I go through the bonus features on these discs. So it'll take me a while to get through these, but I'm pretty excited to get going on it. This is good stuff. This was like Christmas and birthday all wrapped up together, came in October. Anyway, if you have anything to say about any of these movies or Blu-ray collecting, please comment it down below. If you like these kind of videos, please subscribe. I also do a series on this channel called Old Nerd Reads His Marvel Comics in Order, where I'm going through my entire Marvel Comics collection, reading them in release date order and doing a video on each issue. So if that sounds good, please subscribe. I thank you for watching this one. Stick around for more. Please please share it, and I'll see you next time.